Well, hello, and how are y'all doing? I am amazing. I'm just here at the house. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm gonna make this video and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So, today I'm gonna be talking about the environmental effects on emotions. And with that being said, I've already made a video regarding this specific topic, but I was only talking about energy of the living, the environment, and the self, right? But this video, we're going to be talking mostly about energy of the non-living. Now, if you haven't already watched my video regarding energy of the non-living, that's perfectly fine. I will go over it right now. Now, energy of the non-living is essentially energy of the stuff, energy of the items, energy of the things, right? So this hand sanitizer, my jacket, coat, robe, would be considered the energy of the non-living, right? Now, the way that this specific type of energy works is that it grabs it and it holds it and it kind of permeates outward. Not like energy of the self, because energy of the self is just here and it permeates from inward outward into the environment, right? So, the way this affects our work environment, because we're kind of going off of the previous video, is that this specific energy, when it comes to the actual environment, so let's say we're talking about work, right? So I just started my job and I walk into the door and it just feels off. I don't quite understand why, but I don't feel there. I don't quite understand. Then I come to find out that that turnover is high. Well, is it has to do something with energy of the environment? It could. Energy of the environment could play a part in that. But I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't see anybody. I don't really have any interaction with anybody. I'm by myself. So, what's the explanation there? Well, here's the thing. The previous person in their desk that I was at, they didn't like their job. They fucking hated that place. They used to write little notes about how they fucking hated that place and they're gonna blow this place up. Well, they didn't say all that, but they are thinking it, right? So you need to understand that this type of energy is held in items, and walls and houses and specifically buildings tend to hold this a bit more than say something a bit smaller because it's bigger, right? And a way I can give this as far an example would be like, okay, so let's say you go into someone's house or you're looking at buying a house. You walk into the house and it don't feel right. Just like when you were in that seat at work and your new job. So let's say you walk into this house, you're looking at it like it looks beautiful. I like it, right? It's so amazing. But you're thinking to yourself like, it doesn't quite feel right. Something's not quite right. Now you might feel it in your chest, right? You might feel it in your head. You might get a headache, right? You might feel in your throat. You might feel like a little hoarse, right? There's other things you might feel as well, but you might just feel off, right? You might just feel off. You might not necessarily know, but you might just feel off. And then you find out, like 3 weeks later, you're like, oh, your realtor tells you, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, there was a fucking massive murder in the house. Like 5 people got killed. It was a very gruesome scene. See, here's the thing. Because of that whole very dark thing that happened, that murder, that permeated into the house and it stayed into the walls and in the ceiling and then the floor. It stayed there, right? And you need to understand that as soon as you walk in, you'll feel it. Now, I'm not saying that your work is going to be murderous and you're going to walk in and it's going to be that bad, right? It's not going to be that bad, but it's going to be something you can still feel. Now, if it is on that end to where people were getting killed and stuff in a specific spot regarding the emotional well-being of somebody, I would suggest you bless it to elevate the actual energy to a higher tier. But because if it's at work, you're at work, you're just, go gaga and stuff doing your job, then I suggest to try to elevate it to a higher tier. I more so say to just laugh and giggle and stuff, and the items will kind of hold that sort of energy there, like the wall and all that. The energy environment just kind of, it tries to stabilize everything regarding the employees and stuff, whereas this energy just kind of holds it. Now I can give an example. So let's say you're walking into work and you were off for like a week, right? You took a vacation, you're having you a good old time. As soon as you walk up in there, it just hits you. You don't talk to nobody before you even talk to somebody, because sometimes it can permeate on the outside of the building too. So before you even hit the damn building, it just kind of and you're like, what the fuck? What's going on there? Well, that's because that's the energy that's being um, emitted. So that's the energy that's going to be held, right? So, if you have any questions, please let me know. This was the environmental effects on the emotions regarding energy of the non-living, part two. Hashtag Girl Scout. I'm out. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go to bed. But if you do have any questions, please let me know. And later.